Are you supposed to be here? Fuck it. Come here, let me show you something. We got another one. Man, nothing stops these fucking clowns. This bozo named Jack and his sidekick Ellie. No worries though. I'll have them planted on the wall soon enough. For the time being, follow me. Let me show you something.
I think we'll have a nice conversation. Nice maybe a debate. You never know. Let's make it spicy. I don't know.
Welcome, Aikan.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. I'm really honored. It's a big honor for me to be here.
Yeah, so let's give a bit of an introduction to how we know Aikan. Or do you want to give it yourself?
No. It's fine.
Oh, okay. So if you guys recognize Alex from the second episode of the podcast, our best friend, he's actually dating Aikan. They're together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's a very interesting character.
Oh.
And we love having conversations with her. So we thought, you know what? You're a perfect fit for our podcast.
Exactly. Because we only have dope-ass conversation up in this bitch, you know?
Hell fucking
That's
yeah.
how it is, you know? That's how it is. Okay, so...
Wait, I have to ask the question.
The question, yes.
The question.
You ready?
Aikan, what are your aspirations in life?
So, I'm a simple person, and I love myself so much. I'm really selfish one. So I just try to make my life for myself, full of enjoyment and love.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not to make it complicated, like live it simple, enjoy your life, and don't try to fuck up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Ellie was laughing a bit, not because of her answer. It's a great answer. We loved it, but this is the second time we're listening to it. Because we recorded the first time and then we fucked up.
Yeah.
And this is the second time going.
It was.
It was. I loved hearing it the second time anyways. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like that answer still. I was saying I wish I had that simplistic way of viewing things.
Yes,
sometimes.
me and Aikan can relate on that simple lifestyle that we like, you know, not complicating shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why would you waste your life on these kind of things? Just make it simple, make it easier for you, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's so easy for you to say, but for me, it's not like that at all. For me, I worry about everything.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I like it simple because it's like I'm happy with what I can do, you know. That's it. You know, I don't need to impress myself. I feel like you and the people that want a lot are always like in a state of, oh, I can do better and I will do better because it's for myself or for the people I love and I want to be best version of myself, blah blah. But the thing is, for me, it's not like I'm pushing myself. You know, it's happening with time, yeah, but I don't need to try and rush it, or I'm not thinking, oh, I should do this because I'll become better or whatever,
Yeah.
because that will make stuff more complicated for me. And I like peace of mind and really just relaxing a lot. And it doesn't mean like relaxing sitting on my couch, like relaxing is when stuff is simple and that's it.
Yes, exactly. And like it is like people say, everything has its own time. So why,
Yeah.
who?
I agree with your point of views, but I still don't feel that way. Like
We're not
I
trying
like it.
to convince you.
No, I understand. I'm
okay.
just explaining how
Yeah.
how it works in my head. Like
It's
I
democracy.
feel like life.
2 versus 1.
No,
You have to change your mind now. Hey. The fuck?
I think that you only have one life, so you can use that for both points actually, because you only have one life. You need to enjoy it, but the way I see it is, you only have one life. Like you need to get shit straight in this one life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I stress about little points. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I dream so fucking big, and I have a lot of plans, and like I want to do so much. That's why I can't just think simple. Because if I think simple, my dreams get reduced to nothing, or almost nothing. That's why.
I'm also a perfectionist, but like as they say, just like everything has its own time. I'm just doing what I'm able to do now, and I'm just like taking small steps. But like you go slowly, but you will go far. If you go fast, like you never know, like. And how can I explain it?
No, you're explaining it well. I get exactly what you mean, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So yeah, why would you like push on yourself and rush? I'm also like a perfect. I want to make things perfect in my life because yes, it's my life. Why would you like leave it simple? Why won't you make it extra and stuff?
Yeah.
But like still,
because like uncertainty, I feel like I'll talk for both of us, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, uncertainty will make me stressed. So I'd rather go slow and everything be sure, at least as much as I can control, than rush stuff and then, like, on the way doing other shit, think about the other thing, if it's okay or not. Like, so I'd rather go slow and be sure of everything than rush.
Exactly. You know that thing, like when you're like late somewhere, you're rushing and you're like trying to do everything, like not forget your keys and like wallet and stuff, and like you're like just taking everything on your hands and like
and
everything is falling.
Yeah,
and you'll still forget something and everything is just falling from your hands, like, and stuff, and like you're just rushing. Just take your time and that's it. Relax.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see how it is. It's interesting for me because I never really tried to dissect someone. I never really tried to dissect Ellie's mindset on how he wants everything so simple and stuff. Because I never really understood.
Is, like our topic, and for me and her that want stuff simple and still choose for a long distance relationship, it kind of makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll still do what feels good. It doesn't mean it has to be simple, yeah, but it has to feel good and natural. Like, we don't like forcing something, I feel like. So that plays a big role in, like, peace of mind and being relaxed and chilled. It's not forcing anything.
Okay, so I'll take that and transition into our topic, which is love in general. Does your partner also have to share your views, or at least some of them, so that you're able to live with them?
Of course. I mean,
like, are you talking in like a moral level, or like more simple, like hobbies and shit?
Like, if your partner is very fast paced and they're perfectionist to a level where everything's sophisticated and stuff, like you can see that they're high energy people, and they try to use all that energy on planning stuff out for the future. And unlike you, where you like using your energy in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a nice balance.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's why I said of course. So like me being like that, for example, and Alex, he is like that. He's emotional. He's like really, how can I say, like exactly what you said. Yes, he is like that, and that's the perfect match. It makes like a real good balance. And of course we do share things and everything. We talk about these kind of things, and everyone, like, a relationship is not about changing person and everything. No, it's about like taking them as like they are and agree with it and just like respect them, and that's it. And like, and if you want, you can take something from your partner that you think it's good for yourself, and it's like on their own. Like we don't force each other to be like that or what. No, I love it in himself. Like it's yeah, I just love it the way how he is. So yeah.
Like from what I've seen, like between Aikan and Alex, like in the, I grew up like with this mentality, like, okay, a relationship is like 50-50, like whatever. But it's not, like when you see Alex and her talk, like it's not like I've seen it a lot, but you actually see that they're both like 100% there for each other,
Yeah.
And sadly enough, I understood that late for my relationship. It's not like I regret, because it was really a good experience that I had. But if I understood earlier that I should just give 100% and not wait for her, like, to give back. Like when I give something, wait until she gives me back something. So it's like a trading system. No, like it's not really like that. You should just give everything that you can, and if they love you and it's working, they're gonna give you the same energy back. And if it's not, then obviously it's not gonna work out. But that 50-50 mentality, I feel like played a really big role in the long distance relationship that I had a while back. So
That's funny
yeah,
because back then.
when I see them, how they talk and how they behave with each other, you really see that 100% from both sides. I don't know if they do it um like consciously, or is that the word? Or
Yeah,
or
like
it
they.
just happens, but it's really nice to see.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it
It's
So
it
it's
made
funny
me
that you bring
realize.
it up.
Yeah.
thank you. I mean, yeah, that's how I was raised. Like my mom. Come on, like that's how I, like my mom always was like she always says, you like in relationship is a big work. It's not just like you have a person beside you and that's it. It's not like that. It's always a work, and you have to give 100%. It's not about 50-50. It's if you want this person in your life, you have to show him everything. You have to like just open your soul and like show him all your emotions and everything, all like actions and shit. It's not a,
Yeah.
like, yeah. And if a person the one, and if it's worthy and everything is like, yeah, and he loves you or she, yeah, as you said, like he's gonna give it back, and that's it. That's how my mom was like teaching me, always saying me this. So yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Mm.
You were saying, Jack? You were gonna.
I was gonna say it's funny that you brought that up because I think I have the opposite problem. I think when at least sometimes I commit to relationships, I give much more than I expect in return, and I don't expect much in return. Like I'm completely fine with a girl giving me maybe just half of what I'm
Yeah,
giving her,
yeah, but
and it's
that's
fine
the
with
thing,
me.
bro. That's the thing. When you see that you're not getting the same energy back, maybe she's not the one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be this girl that's gonna match your energy, that's gonna match like whatever you're giving, you know.
Yeah, but I've had that. That's the funny part. Is when I did have that relationship where it was equal.
You were a kid.
I wasn't a kid.
Yeah,
I met her
bro.
when I was. Look, I was a kid, but I grew up knowing
But
her. I was 15 when I met her.
but still, don't you know more now? What you actually want?
Here's the thing. I did. That's the that's the funny part. The reason our relationship ended is because I developed more. Yeah,
Exactly,
right.
bro. Like,
And she claimed that I changed or I wasn't the same person that she fell in love with. She fell in love with a kid, and then I turned into a man. And I guess for her, it felt like a different person completely. So after that, I think I just took, I don't know, I took a stance where I'm like, I don't really want much. I just want someone to listen to me and stuff when I'm like really lost or stuck in a corner. I need like some support. And I know I have my boys for support, but there's this thing about the opposite gender.
yeah,
I don't know if it is about the opposite gender, or maybe if there's some type of intimacy in a conversation
Mm-hmm.
that gives it a different vibe. I don't know how to explain it. Like if I talk to Alex or Ellie about something, I know it's raw advice. Like they're my brothers. They know what I want or what I need to hear, and they'll give me the shit. Like if I'm doing something wrong, I know
to give you the
they'll always
sauce.
correct me. Yeah, but when you talk to a female, at least for me, when I talk to a female, and there's some intimacy between us, but not quite there, it just feels like I don't know how to explain it. There's just a sense of uh, friskiness. It's like
No, I
you're on thin
get you. I
ice.
get you. You're like laying there and like talking, and it's like a whole thing, you know. Like
Yeah,
I get what you mean, but
makes you feel kind of some butterflies,
yes,
a
of
little
course.
bit.
But you know, you not being like a simple man, and you want all this, you know. That's a pretty simple thing that you're asking for, which is
I guess
not,
we all have opposites.
which is not, you like. I feel like which is not what you actually want. Like when you meet that girl that gives you what you're giving, you know, you're gonna feel like you have been missing this, like this whole time.
Mm, could be, could be. So you guys would say that. So for Aikan, you agree with what Ellie said? You feel like you're always giving 100%, and Alex is always giving you 100% as well, right?
Yeah.
And Ellie, you feel like if you did do that, it would have worked for sure.
I'm not saying it
Not
would
for
work
sure,
for
but
sure, but I think it stuff would have went way differently.
hmm,
I
Which
think
is a shame, but it's like it's over now, you know, and I've realized it now. Um, I came a better person out of the relationship.
hmm,
I to an extent, like I'm grateful that I met her and everything, because
yeah,
like if I feel like it made me a better version of myself, you know, obviously I respect that.
yeah,
Um, but I guess it just wasn't there. To in the end, you know.
yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
mm,
Maybe I have to like reconsider how I look into relationships.
I
I don't
mean,
think you're looking for a relationship. I think you're looking for that person that wants to listen to you.
I have people that listen to me.
No, that of course you have. But you just said I want this girl to listen to me when I talk. That's all I want. Bro, you don't need to be like in a relationship for that.
No, that's not all I want. I'm just saying.
That's what I got, you know?
No, that's what I expect, at least, and that's like quite
The minimum.
bare minimum, right? And that's all. Like I don't like applying pressure to any female I talk to.
Obviously.
And I don't want her feeling kind of like, hey, these are the standards and I expect you to meet them. Like I don't like that.
That's not like that. It
Yeah.
should come naturally. It should come by itself. Like you do it by yourself, like you do it without the person asking.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she should feel about you, the same way, or he, you know, it's whatever.
And there
It
has
goes both
been
ways in the relationship.
yeah.
Like if you are in a relationship and she's giving you everything, but you don't feel like you are giving her everything, or it doesn't feel worth it for you, then obviously she's not
the one.
the girl for you. Yeah. And if you're giving this girl everything and you're not getting as much back, you know, obviously she doesn't feel like you're worth her everything.
I guess to kind of set a base for the
It's a really
rest of this conversation.
simplistic. It's really simply said. You know, it's way more complicated than we are saying it. Obviously, yeah. Don't.
Yeah. That's why I was gonna ask the following question to set a base for the rest of the conversation. What is the definition of love for you guys?
Oh, there is no definition, and love is just a feeling, and you just do what you feel. And like I was about to say, there is a big problem of like a common problem for people that, as Ellie said, doing things 50-50, and you know, like you give your 50 and you expect another 50 from other person to make it 100, and he's not giving enough. So yeah, no expectations from anyone, and it's just have to come naturally as a feeling. You have it naturally, right? And that's it. I don't know. There is like just I was there, and there is nothing, and there is not only about love. There is other things, and the first things is respect, and then after like after all these many things, maybe love at the end, because like the respect is the main I guess thing in any relationships, any like friendship or whatever. It's just respect. Respect about like and respecting everything. There's
It's like
space.
mutual respect. Like
Yes.
not respecting only you as a person, but respecting what you like, even if I don't like it. You know.
Yes.
Respecting what you wear, your culture, you know, the way you want to keep your hair or some shit, you know, just like
everything.
You just want that person, you know. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah,
it goes really to really the you know, the big things are important, of course, but there is way more little things, and if you accumulate everything together, you know, it's a pretty big deal as well.
like all these
there's
small
a lot of
details.
little so if there's a lot of little problems, it like I don't know how you could love somebody that you think has so many flaws or so many stuff that irritate you or don't like you, you know? Like if I feel like I love this person, their ticks or the stuff that they do like shouldn't annoy me, you know? Like there's people that like to do this when they're like sitting, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like if I love that person, that shouldn't annoy me, you know? Like those little things.
Yes, and if
Get
that
on your
person
nerve.
loves you back, he will know that you don't like it, and he will stop it just because he wants to stop it, so not to annoy you. You like there is like love is like a relationship. It's like, as I said, a work from both sides. And as I was saying, you love the person with his flaws and shit. And if your partner loves you, truly loves you, respects you and everything, he will stop being, as he said, a dick. Just because like it's a normal stuff, like it's a common things that what is bad, right? For all the like people's understanding, for like, for example, being not grateful, right? Taking things for granted. It's not good for anyone, and not only in relationship with other persons and shit. It's like a common problem, a bad thing, a flaw. And like a person will know that it's not good, and he will try to change himself for the person just because he loves him, and the other one he will change himself too just because he loves his partner, and it's just like it's just all mutual, and that's how you become a perfect couple. Even though like there is gonna be anyways like bad habits and everything, and you're just okay with it, and you're just trying yourself.
But I feel like these people who show a lack of respect generally have to have a respect for themselves, because if you respect yourself, you're gonna appreciate the image you put out, right? Of yourself. So if you respect yourself enough, you'll understand that you have to paint this picture, this exterior picture of yourself as a gentleman or a gentlewoman, or someone that cares, someone that's respectful, you know? If you don't have that image of yourself, I think you're not ready for a relationship regardless, because you don't love yourself or respect yourself enough to show that to another person.
True. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. But saying how do you define love? That was the. Wait.
That was the question, yeah.
Well, it's how I don't. You can't really.
So, Aikan says it's a feeling. It's a natural feeling. You're not supposed to force it. There's no definition.
Obviously.
Yes.
It's something that just happens.
And I feel like
you agree.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people will confuse love with like lust, where you think you love this person, but it's not really love. You just want to have this person, you know. And the big difference between those is that you can never embrace all those little flaws of a person that you have lust for. You know?
But I feel like this happens, at least in my experience. I don't know, you guys can correct me, but this happens much more often with women than it does for men, where they confuse love and lust.
Love and lust. You know the song?
Or is that? Or do you guys?
I don't know. It's just like, I think it's just like people. It's like a common thing for everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's both sides.
Yeah, and it's not only like about love and lust. It's just like when they like a person, when they fall in love, that's where people also get mistaken so much, and that like it's this in this study they just like everything starts to just like getting wrong.
So, is it a common thing for, let's say, a man to fall in love with a woman, but a woman only wanting, or she was only attracted to him for certain things, but never intended to love him? Is that a common thing? I feel like I barely see it.
It's a common thing for everyone, I guess. They people really do get mistaken, these kind of feelings and everything, and it's just like, I don't know.
What do you think, Ali?
I think it's really hard to like make the difference until you've tried it. Like even a person that has fallen for that, it's hard to know without being with that person if it's just the lust they have for this person, or it's actual like, oh my god, I love this person.
Okay, but
so this you can't know until you've actually been with the person. That's what I think, at least, because it's really hard to control or look inside those kind of emotions, because like love is not the same as, oh, I'm mad. Why am I mad? Because somebody said this. That's an emotion as well, but it's like logical. Mostly like love is not so logical. I feel like
At
it
all,
just
not.
happens. You could love somebody that's really bad for you, you know, and then it's your decision to take space and like do what's good for you, or like follow, let's say, your heart or whatever, you know, because you still
Yeah, but
love
my
this
my
person.
question is there a gender thing to it
No,
or
I
not?
don't think
No.
so actually. Do you?
Really?
I think
Because
you think.
I think so, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I've,
that's why he's asking. It's a common thing for everyone.
I think he thinks it's more sided towards women.
because I feel like I've well, I'm not gonna base it only on my experience, but a lot of my friends as well, or people that I know. I feel like it's either maybe men are too embarrassed to mention these things. Maybe that's why I've never seen it. But it's such a common occurrence for me to see, oh, a woman, she's catching feelings for a man, and as time passes by and they spend more time together, he starts disconnecting, but she wants more until like he's out of her life. I feel like that's normal, but I rarely see a man getting attached to a woman that doesn't love him, or she starts disconnecting from him. Like that's a rare sight.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
At least that's
saw
how I feel.
this like when I saw the second case that you said. I saw it more than us girls because when we girl get rejected, we're just like, that's it. He's our enemy. He's my enemy. But when a girl rejects a guy, for you guys, you take it as a revenge, and you guys, you're warriors. You take it as a like I don't know, and you're just trying to I don't know. How can I explain? Convince yourself that you can get her. I mean, a guy can get a girl or whatever, and yeah. So I don't know. It's only I can say it's just a common thing
I
for
mean,
everyone.
everybody has different experiences with these kind of things, you know.
Yeah,
So I honestly feel like is both from both sides. Obviously, one side is gonna be more, but it's not like I don't think it's like a significant amount of difference, you know.
Mm.
It could be
Yeah, maybe.
sided more against women, but it's not such a big difference. I feel like,
maybe it's
but
because
you
we girls
feel
are
it.
more emotional. Maybe that's
Obviously,
why.
look, she feels it. That is more towards men because she obviously her and her friends they go after men, and you think maybe it's women because you go more with women
No,
and you
no, I'm
see it
talking
more.
about female friends. Actually, you'd be surprised. I have much more female friends than I do male friends. I
That's what I'm
only have you
saying.
two guys.
That's what I'm saying. So you see it more in females because
Yeah, because they tell me, right? They're always complaining to me about, like, every time a woman or a female has a male friend, she'll go to him trying to understand how a man thinks. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, if
because
there's
we're
something
so
going
fucking complicated.
we are we are
Okay,
look look, men are very complicated, it's true.
simply
And
complicated.
it is because we are such good liars. Like we're so good at faking shit, dog.
It's
And
not
it's
like we're
really
faking it. Is the thing is we believe in what we're saying.
that's what makes it so
It's
dangerous, and
not.
that's what makes it
We're not
so
faking it in
complicated.
the moment. Yeah, it's true when we are saying it, but later it's
Yes,
a lie.
because we start questioning ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if she comes to me, a lot of girls come to me and tell me, "Hey, like my boyfriend's acting this way, or this guy that I'm going out with is acting this way. Can you explain to me what he's doing?" Right? And in my head, I automatically assume, or I understand that he gave up that character that he was playing for her, and to get her, and has met someone new and is trying to settle in for that other character. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm.
And I know that's the case, and maybe 8 times out of 10, I'm right. And it's always that the guy is disconnecting and stuff. But I rarely have girls come to me and tell me, "Hey, I'm going out with this guy, but I don't really, love him, but he's falling in love with me and shit, and I don't know how to get rid of him, right? Girls know how to do that, I guess, and they don't need help with it, of course. That could be an argument as well, like a point. I
Sometimes we
understand
do
that.
that just to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that too.
I
Motherfucker.
mean,
Why
yeah,
you,
why
man? We do
not?
that same shit.
I
No,
don't.
it's your right. Yeah, the fuck you do.
That's why I say it's common stuff. It's
Yeah,
common thing
that's
to
why,
happen.
Jack. I think it's really both sides. It's
Yeah.
really, it just depends
Really?
on how many experiences you've had.
Maybe it is true.
So,
But I haven't like read a study about it or anything. So I'm just giving. I'm not saying these are facts. I'm saying this is what I've seen,
yeah, this is
and I'm hoping to get more insight from both of you.
this
you know?
is just what we think. Yeah, no fact
Mhm.
checking. Yeah,
No. We're just having a
Both
conversation.
experience.
it's just out of experience and what we
Mhm.
think.
I think in a future episode we'll have someone that studies
Yeah,
behavior,
yeah,
and then we can ask these questions and see what a professional thinks of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
sounds
So-
good.
Let's talk long distance relationships. Do you guys think it works out? And
Let me
when it
let me.
does, what are the factors that make it succeed?
So before, sorry to like side your question, but I'm
Mhm.
really curious about something because I want to know if the feelings like match, if we had the same experience. Like,
Okay.
Icon, how was it for you in like the beginning when the talking stage and you were wishing that you could talk to them in person and see if it's really like that, and then you start really liking this person, and then you really want them there, and you're wondering how they are in person. How
Mhm.
how did you experience this part,
No, I get
and
your
how
question.
did you like go through it until you saw this person for the first time in real life? And did you have like expectations, or you were just like, okay, whatever it is, I'm not expecting anything special?
Mhm. It was really, really, really hard.
Mhm.
It was very hard, and not to be disrespectful toward your best friend. Sometimes in the beginning, before we met, me and Alex, sometimes I was just thinking like, why did I even started it? But then after, by the time he proved me the opposite, and then I was like, thank you that we're still together, because that was the best. And it's like I'm being really 100% honest. It's the best thing that have like really happened for me, because it's hard. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything. I was just like, it is what it is. Like, and it's fine. And for me, it's the most important thing is like, connection, our mental connection and soul and everything, and like the way how he looks or whatever he behaves and stuff. I don't know. We've been talking on like we've been talking for like 9 months, and then after we met, our first time we met, like, yeah, it was after 9 months. In these 9 months, even though we were like just talking through the phone and everything, I've seen enough. I mean, come on,
Those
it's
times,
9 months, like, and we talk every day.
you know those times that you wanted to jump through the phone.
Yeah, it's really, really, really hard. This thing, like when you're talking to person and you can do a thing to him,
You're like,
it just hurts so
you're
bad.
like there, right there. So when I met uh, my ex for the first time, um, like when she came to Belgium. Like I went there first, and then we came back together. When she was like in the shower here, because I have a glass door. I'd look through the glass door, and like in my head, Like I never told her this, but I'd put my hand like this on the glass. And I'd be like, this how it felt when we were like on FaceTime. And then I just opened the door and in my head I'm like jumping through my phone. So that was a weird thing that I had with myself always. Like why it's so fucking weird. Like you can see the person and everything, but it's just that physical touch is like not there. And that's was the hardest part. Sorry, I'm like interrupting you like 3 times.
Oh no, it's fine. I was just saying like you guys can relate to this, but I've never had a long distance relationship where I've had one with my recent ex. And well, it was my only one where I met her online. So I never actually met her in real life. All the girls I've ever dated in my life, I've met them in real life, and in some cases they lived abroad. We had to continue texting or calling, but in the grand scope of things, I would always meet them in real life. But the one relationship I had where it was purely a long distance relationship, I've never met her. I did feel these feelings you guys are talking about, but something always told me that it might not work out because I've never, like and it was during COVID, so I knew I wouldn't be able to meet her. Like this was the beginning of the pandemic.
Literally, that's when I started talking.
Yeah, you and I started that relationship like 2 weeks within 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah. Hey, yo, bro, a lot happened, man.
Right?
You know, I have this memory shit, like, when we have conversations, like, everything comes back, bro. And it's crazy how much has happened.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's crazy. So, I don't want to bring up her name, maybe she doesn't want to be mentioned, but she's actually Aikan's best friend, funny enough.
Yep.
So...
I mean,
it's funny how the world works.
That's how I met Alex, right? Because like you was dating my best friend, and I don't know how you decided to make us know each other, and then she just showed up with a message like, "Do you want to be in a relationship with a good person?" And I was like, "Yes." Why? No, she didn't even say hi and stuff. She was like, "Hey," babe. I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you want to be related with a good person?" I'm like, "Yes." And then I was like, "What?" I was just like so lost. And then she got lost. She didn't tell me a thing. But then I was at work also, and I couldn't talk to her. But then I came back. I texted her, and we started talking and everything. And then she was like, "Yes, he's the best friend of my boyfriend." Blah blah blah. And then that's
pretty cute.
I remember the conversation we had. It was very, very comical. She was like, I think she was actually talking about you. She was talking about how much she misses you and stuff. And I'm like, I was hoping for you two to meet because I think you were supposed to go visit her, right? And
yep.
Then she was telling me about like. She's always thinking of you, right? And if you're alone and if you have people around you that I don't know can support you or whatever.
Aww.
And I'm like my best friend, he's single and he's one of the best men I've ever met in my life. And I gave this long ass paragraph describing Alex, and I'm like, just send this whole paragraph to her.
She didn't. Oh my god, she did. Can you send it to me, please? Because she didn't. Why she didn't?
Really?
Yeah, I really want to read it.
I have to scroll a lot. I'll try and find it though.
Please.
But yeah, I sent her a long paragraph describing who Alex is. I'm like, just send this to her. I'm pretty sure she'll be convinced. And then she texts me like 5 hours later or something. She's like, yeah, can you give me Alex's Instagram or something? I don't remember what. I think it was Instagram. And I sent her the Alex's profile, and then I guess she sent it to you. Or no. I said.
Okay.
This fucking guy. He always
No,
he's
because
in the middle of the
that
he's like and then continues the story.
because I lied, and I told her I'm not gonna tell Alex about it. But at the same
He's
time,
gonna hear the
I was
oh,
already talking to Alex. I was like, bro, I'm like, bro, I got someone for you potentially. He was like, who?
she
I'm
don't
like,
know that you know, but she think
that's exactly what I told him.
of course that's fucking no.
I told him when you talk to her, act like you don't know anything. And I started describing you to him as much as I can because I didn't know you.
Oh my
But I
god, now
remember
it's interesting for me. What did you tell him?
look, because she was like was in love with you more than she was in love with me.
Of course.
So she would talk.
Of course.
So she would
Fuck
talk
you,
about
Ellie.
you all the time.
Can you you have to record your laugh. I want it as a soundtrack. The fucking in the podcast. Somebody says some shit is the button. Yo. Yo.
Come on.
Oh, fucking Scooby Doo. Okay.
Thank you, Ellie, so much. It's the best compliment ever.
Oh, her, Scooby Doo is famous as fuck. Come on.
Anywho,
So you were saying?
You were saying, yeah, exactly.
so I have a really really good memory. So I was just remembering all the things she told me about you, and I was just trying to like send them to Alex. I'm like, this is her and whatever, and like I was just describing you as much as I can. And then he's like, okay, bet, stop. He told me, he just randomly, he told me, stop. I got this. I didn't hear about it until like New Year's. We went to his house for his birthday, and he's in his room on his phone, and like he's being all cute and shit. I'm like, who are you talking
Who
to?
got
And
you
he's like,
smiling like that?
and then he's like, Aikan. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, nigga. And then we were like, oh, happy and shit
Cancelled.
about
He
it.
said the N word.
Wow.
But like, you know how like everything started? It was so weird because he texted me. I don't remember what I did. I took a screenshot of our first conversation and I lost it. I don't know. So he texted me and I replied to him, and then he replied me after like 2 hours and stuff. And like that day, I thought
Dota.
like nothing's gonna work because I don't know. Maybe he was busy, and it was really seemed like he's not interested. And I was just like,
It's not like he's not it, but you know his work.
yeah,
Now.
yeah.
Now you know.
No, he wasn't working at that time.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dota. I'm
Dota.
telling you.
Yeah,
That was
Dota.
Dota.
It was Dota.
So, okay, let's say he was working. It's his second job. So, yeah.
I mean, it was. We were taking that shit real serious, though.
I mean, yeah, he really do loves it. I thought sometimes, no, I'm not gonna say it. So yeah, it was weird. And then like next day we're talking, everything was just fine, and after like 2 weeks, I can say he asked me to be his girlfriend, and that was really cute. It was very very cute of him because I don't know. In my country we don't experience it like that. We just like we start talking and then that's it. We just come to the stage of
Whoa.
relationship and that's it. We're just like
That's
we're
so
together.
cute.
But he was like, it was so cute. Oh my god. So yeah, that's and yeah, and it's
You
You
know how
should have
it
seen him.
you know how it happened with me. You should have seen who.
Alex.
What?
Because he was constantly talking to
Yeah,
me
yeah.
about how he's gonna ask you.
oh
He's so
oh
nervous.
my god.
Whoa,
That was the
so
most
cute, though.
nervous I've seen. It was so cute. I couldn't believe it. I was
You
looking
know,
at Alex. I'm like, bro.
you know how it happened to me.
Huh.
So
Ellie,
we
you
were
was
on the
there.
call with you. Yeah.
When he asked me, you was there, no?
Ellie has short-term memory loss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I don't. I met this girl today that I supposedly know, but I don't know her.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So
No, it's not that he forgot that he knows it. No, I don't know her.
I never seen this girl. I'll say girl, in my life. She's like, oh my god, Gabriel! Oh my god! It's been so long. I'm like, yeah, it's been so long. I've forgotten you. Like,
I forgotten you.
I know I've forgotten. I said, relax, bro. I said I've forgotten. So you know how it happened to me?
Mm-hmm.
We were on a call, me and Jack, and I'm like, to hey, come meet my friend. We were like, she joined the Discord, and then Jack's like, yo, what's up, man? She's like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's your name? She's like, I'm. You're like, yo, who's this? I'm like, that's my girl. And then she was like, yeah. And Jack was like, oh, okay, nice. And then that's how it was. And then after the call, she was like, calling me. She's like, oh my god, I thought it was so nice when you said she's my girl. And then she's like,
That's one way to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, but you
Just
guys
click that
already
shit.
met.
No, I hadn't met her yet. The thing, look, I literally talked to her maybe like 3 minutes. So, like, I didn't really actually talk to her. Like, when I met her in Paris. Paris.
Mm-hmm.
We were a group.
I know, because you were a group, yeah.
Yeah. And she was there with someone. So I was like, I'll stay away from that. It would be disrespectful. I thought they were dating, but they weren't. So.
Yeah.
But I did give her my jacket though, because she was cold and.
Oh, so nice of you.
And it's my favorite jacket. I still have that jacket. Like, I always wear it.
That's nice.
Very gentlemanish.
Yeah. What?
Gentlemanish.
And before I texted her, the first text that I sent her, I was telling Jack, yo, I want to text her. What should I text her? I think that's true, right? Because I think I was
because you're like,
yeah,
you're like, I met her like 3 months ago,
yeah, like,
but I really don't know.
How do I start I don't want to send her hey, I'm like, I was thinking, and it was the first time I'm actually like thinking about what I'm gonna text this girl, because normally it's like boom off the top, I'd be smooth like that. But I had to think for her,
Yeah.
And I was like, how is quarantine treating you?
No, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we talked the whole night, the whole fucking day.
Wait. Just to clarify, you said that before it was a mainstream thing, like a joke.
Yes.
You said that in like the first couple of weeks.
Yes.
Of quarantine. Yeah.
We talked the whole fucking night. The next day we talked the whole day. Then we called, like FaceTimed, the whole night. We fucking slept on the phone. And from then on, bro, it was like every single day we were talking the whole day. And sometimes we weren't even talking. Like, we would put the phone there on FaceTime and we'd just do our thing around the house, She'd be studying, I'd be like playing, whatever. Because we just wanted to have each other's presence there, And when I met her for the first time, Jack came with me there, That was the first time I met her. And was the first time I was traveling alone. He's like, nah, bro, you're not traveling alone. It's like, I'm experiencing this. I'm coming with you. We took a bus ride for 27 hours, or like 37 or 27. I don't know which one it was.
37.
37 hours bus ride from Belgium to France, from France to Alicante.
Yep.
And honestly, I was so excited to meet her. Like, the time flew by, Didn't really feel like 27 hours. It's not, maybe I
we were
slept,
having fun.
Maybe I slept like an hour or two the whole fucking ride. And Jack's always trying to sleep, but I'm always waking his ass up, I'm like, how you trying to sleep? I still have videos on like my phone. I'm like, how you trying to sleep? He's like, bro. And I feel like an ass to this day. He was like, there was this nice view. He was filming it, and I just start filming, like shaking his fucking chair to ruin his video. He's like, bro, like he's disappointed. The disappointment in his face made me feel bad. I'm like, oh fuck, man, why are you taking the fun out of it? Yeah, but
that was a really fun fucking trip.
yes.
It's so
And
cool.
Because, bro,
remember I was talking to the nun,
oh my god,
and this fucking boss
oh my god, he was
making, like,
making jokes
about Hitler joke.
genocide.
Genocide with the nun, and she was laughing, bro. I was like, oh my god, you're having a blast, bro. She was the shit, you know. She was really,
Bro,
that nun was a
she's really
badass,
chill
yeah.
though.
But like her story was like, she used to be like this crazy chick, and like, you know, she did everything, and then she turned into a nun. And you know why she told me she turned into a nun? She's like, I travel for free, I get free stay, I get paid. All I have to do is go to prisons and talk to some prisoners. I'm like, you got life
Okay.
figured out, you know. It's like, she's like, I'm a prison nun. I go to prisons and they confess to me.
Nice.
Let's get back to the topic.
Oh yeah.
I think we drifted so far. So the question was, do long distance relationships work, or do the majority of them work, or should there be something special going on for it to work?
The thing is,
Because I feel like a lot of people believe that shit just doesn't work.
I think it has the chances of working is the same as a relationship in person, because if the work is there and you want to be with this person, it's gonna like be there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It has if you put the cases of all the long distance and the cases of all the non-long distance relationships, I feel like it's the same thing. And more people are breaking up that are not in a long distance, because obviously there's less long distance relationships than actual like relationships. Like, but per capita, I think it's the same. I bet your nose per capita weighs more than me.
Oh my fucking god!
Nah, you know what I mean?
I do understand what you mean,
I think it's the
but
same.
at the same time, in real life, there's this element where
Yeah, but
like if you feel comfortable physically with
okay,
someone,
let me add something. Yeah, if you are planning to have a long distance relationship for all your life, obviously it's not gonna work. Yeah,
yeah,
the plan is you have this long distance relationship, but it's not permanent. You know.
okay, you're telling me you guys, because I know, and I'll be honest, like at certain points, I literally had no idea what to do to like close the gap. Okay, like I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know how we could move further. There's literally nothing for us to do. The only thing that could enable me to continue the relationship was literally meeting up, which I couldn't fucking do. And I know myself, I'm not, bro, I suck at calls and shit. Like, you guys can stay on phone calls for a long time, bro. I can't. Like, I can't hold my phone for too long or text for too long. I tried, right? I tried so much, but there are things about me, like if you know me, you know that there are a lot of things about me that you can only experience in real life, right? Or at least I have to get comfortable enough with you in real life to transition those same, I don't know, that same relationship through calls and stuff. But for you two, it's different, right? Because you guys can express yourself and you know how to move forward. And
What sign are you
there's
again?
gotta be what?
What sign are you again? Gemini, right?
Gemini.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
explains
think
a lot.
Gemini. What the fuck? You just, there's no way. You just pulled that out of your ass. 100%.
I'm so sorry, bro. I just couldn't help myself.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, man.
I'm sorry, bro. I just couldn't help myself. That was, yeah. But yeah, for us, it's way easier. I feel
No,
like
I can't
good for
understand,
you.
Jack, because I'm also
Yeah, but I
kind
mean,
of like that.
it's
Because we,
it's character
yeah, and
traits.
like because me and
Or
Alex, we
no?
don't talk like like you, Ellie. It's just too much. Talk the whole day, the
Yeah,
whole night. No, like even though,
yeah. I mean, we were inside all day. Everything was closed. You know.
yeah, but like I don't know, like still, for me, I have to have my own space. That's for sure. So me and Alex, we
Yeah.
don't talk that much. I mean, we talk.
Yeah.
We call each other like every day, and if we don't talk one day, at least we feel so weird. But at least we have to talk at least for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And
I mean, for what Jack has told me from his relationship, like I understand why it didn't work out.
Because I was boring.
Because like you're saying, like you lost that like ability to share anything more like else
Because
without that factor.
I loved her, and I still love her. Like, she knows this. She has a place in my heart. But like, there are things that they're too scary. Like, even in the last episode, in episode 3, I couldn't share everything about my past.
Obviously.
I tried to. No, you don't understand. I physically tried to talk about certain things, and I couldn't. Like, they wouldn't leave my mouth. Like, I could open my mouth, but I can't say them, right? Because I'm afraid of people's reactions and how they view me.
Really?
And I thought, I swear, and
Damn.
with her, no, because I lost other people that way. I could tell them my stories, and they'd view me differently, and then I can see them slowly fading away. I can see it, I can feel it. Less text, less calls, you know.
Yeah.
And then that made me so insecure about my past that I hate sharing it. But I tried with her, right? I did give her some, and she accepted it, and she was amazing about it, right? But I couldn't give everything. I literally I couldn't give 100. It felt so, and it's not because I expected her to do the same. It's more like I couldn't do it.
maybe you just needed to meet up, and that's it.
Yeah, because look, for example, with Alex and Ellie, right, and some of my exes, I could tell them anything, because I don't know, there was this relationship that got created in real life, not over the internet. So maybe I can never do that. That's why it didn't work out. And I know the reason the relationship ended wasn't anything drastic. It was just because there was literally nothing left. Like, the conversations were all the same, and we barely spent time together, and it wasn't moving anywhere. I could feel it, and she could feel it too. And she finally decided, you know what, I don't think this is gonna work out. And I'm like, you know what, I agree. It is what it is. And that's how it ended. And I'm not sour about it, because it was true. I saw it myself. That's why you can't argue with that. And I don't know how to solve that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of listeners and a lot of people out there have the same problem too, where they don't know how to proceed. And I have to ask you, Aikan, especially, when you met Alex for the first time, apart from the first impressions and the feeling and everything, the farewell part where you had to leave, is it harder, or was it harder the first time or the second time, I would say? Or like,
Second
what do
time
you
for
think?
sure, bro.
Do you think it gets harder, or do you think it'll get easier with
It's
time?
getting harder and harder every day. So like
Yeah, once you feel this person like in real life, bro, it's really
yeah. So like when we met first, everything was a little bit not same as our second time when we met, when he came to visit me and when we celebrated our 1 year anniversary. Imagine 1 year. But like it's like first time, right? We met for the first time and it's like a little bit different and stuff. There was like some things we like, how can I say? It's like first time, right? First time impression. You're just trying to do your best, even though you're being yourself, but still, right? And we didn't know each other that much. Maybe we weren't that open before, but then after, I thought that it's gonna be like, we met. It's fine, and we just get used to that. We're in distance, and that's it. No, it got worse. It was really, really bad. And then the second time everything was much more. Every feelings and stuff, like everything was much more. And like when we said bye to each other for the second time, it was really, really hard. Okay, I'll be honest, I cried a lot because it was I don't know, it was just like as if someone is just killing me from inside. It was hurting really bad. And that's why we made a deal. Next time we see each other, we're not saying bye to each other.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah.
nice.
Because it was really, really hard. And like the question was like
It's true,
relationships.
It's true.
What was the question you asked me?
Exactly what you answered.
Yeah, you answered the question.
No, from the very beginning.
It's pretty much.
I was definitely like crying a little bit too on the ride back home. The second
Alex
time
cried too.
she
I
left.
saw him. He dropped the tear. It was really bad to see.
Yeah, it's not like crying, but like you get like teary eyed and like some tears drop.
Yeah,
But
and it was really,
it's really because because you just wanted more time, or like you just don't want to like have that separation again.
Oh my god! I'm sorry for interrupting you, but before
no, that was it. Like I was finished.
Good. So before we started recording, I fell asleep for like 30 minutes. I saw a dream, and I was dreaming about like we were in the past time when Alex was here. We were in the hotel. We were in the reservation stuff, and he was like talking to the worker there and asking him like for how can I say? Oh my god, I forgot. Like he wants to stay for longer, and I don't know, was somewhere. I came back and I saw him staying there. I was like, what you doing? He was like, I talked to my boss and like and I asked him to like give me some more days off so I can spend more time with you. And I woke up, I felt so bad when I woke up. I was like, no, please. It was really bad. I was so happy in my dream, and I felt, and everything was like I was feeling it like in my real life. And when I woke up, I was like, "Fuck no!" It was really bad. Yeah.
On that note, I think this would be it for the episode.
Damn,
we've been
1 hour.
talking for like 1 hour. I just noticed it. So I really enjoyed having these conversations and thinking back a little bit for myself as well. It was really
Was it painful?
No, it was really. I really had a nice time with her, and it's the. I get happy thinking about it, so it's a good thing.
That's a really great thing.
Yeah. I hope she is happy and feels the same too. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure she is. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure she is.
Cause you what?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Alright.
No, okay, if you want me to say it, I can say it.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Is it you want me to say it or you don't want
No,
me
it's
to say
fine. You can say it later.
I feel okay.
Now you can say it now. Might as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like you two are very similar. So, you know, the way that you handled it, I feel like she would handle it exactly the same way. You know what I mean? That's all I wanted to say. Really.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we did match pretty good.
It's not about the matching. It's no, it's true. Okay, but we'll squeeze some more minutes in so I can explain something real quick. I understand what Aikan was talking about when she said that it gets harder, and I knew she was going to say that because I asked that question to lead into the one relationship that fucked me up. And it was a 4-year relationship, and we did meet in real life, but I lived far away. And every time I would go on vacation, I'd visit her. And shit, it was like hell. But it only got worse with time, until it got to the point where I became so cold-hearted, and I couldn't, like, I didn't have any more space for emotions. I didn't want to be sad anymore, right? And I think that's where the disconnect started to happen. But also, if all the people that knew us both felt like we were twins, identical twins. We think the same, speak the same, everything. Like, it wasn't one of those things where you pick up habits from each other, like, oh, this is how he speaks, so she starts speaking like him or something, or picking up words. No, she was like that before me, and we were just identical. And it didn't work because of that, which brings me to the point that it's not a match. Technically, we would be a perfect match, but it wasn't. Because we were so similar, and because we understood each other 100%, there could be no lies, there could be no secrets, not even white lies. Nothing was a surprise anymore, right? And when things went wrong, for example, and I like, you could feel things, right? If we had a break in our relationship, or if she was, I don't know, seeing other guys, or if I saw other girls during those breaks, we would know what's going on, even without communicating. It was crazy, but after you get out of a relationship like that, you start to realize how toxic it was and how fucked up it was. And even if you two are very similar, the end result would have always been the same, because you were blinded by, let's say, a mirror. Your relationship was just a mirror. And I think you're a better match with an opposite rather than someone that's similar to you. At least that's what I think, because in my experience, everyone that does think like me, all the girls I've dated that thought like me or acted like me or started to pick up on my behavior, it never worked out. And the girls that were opposite and I was always interested in, just like Aikan mentioned, like the balance is there. Those tend to be the ones that make you feel good. Even after it ends, you still have somewhat of a learning experience that you'd enjoy looking back at. And all the toxic ones were mostly because, you know, it's a similar personality, similar characters. Everything was just equal. It was horrible.
Nonetheless, I enjoyed it. Well, a really nice views, Jack. Very good story. Unfortunately, this is gonna be it for today.
For this episode.
Yes.
We hope to have Aikan back again, because I enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too. And hopefully with Alex too, you know.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, it would be even... Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Thank you for listening, everybody. If you listened for this fucking long, you must really like us. So, thank you, I guess. Till the next episode.
Bye.
I guess.
Yeah. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Not
We
in
love
a
you
year.
all. No, that's good night in Albania.
Exactly.
Ah,
Exactly.
nice.
Okay.
Educating the listeners, I see.
Man, wrap this shit up, man.
Doses. I see you've made it to the end. Your persistence is a pain in the ass, but admirable nonetheless. You're still here, huh? Let me spell it out for you, okay? It's over. You can go about with your lousy life now. There's nothing left to see or hear in these parts of town. I think you've got a hearing problem, pal. That explains how you can listen to all this nonsense. It's either that, or you're asleep at the steering wheel. That didn't end well for the last person that did that.